Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Read More with Trevor. Kind of wanted to do something different this week rather than just kind of review a book at you. I thought this week I would offer my thoughts on the latest and greatest craze, celebrity book clubs. What should we think about these? Are they worth your time? Well, I'm here to help. First and foremost, my sort of preface, and this is from my original thoughts. I don't care about celebrities. Like 100%, I really don't. I'm not trying to be flippant or negative, but just I don't care what they think or, you know, from me, and it's not being cynical, I feel like being realistic. We know that there's teams of publicists, agents, there's contacts in the publishing industry. You know, they have their their lawyers and different agents and assistants all kind of meeting together, trying to work out what's going to build a personal brand on Instagram, what would be a very hot title to promote 3 months from now to keep your name sort of in the news, you know, these sorts of things. I don't denigrate any of that. I think that's probably, you know, for the entertainment industry, that's all right, like pretty boilerplate, or how else would things sort of be promoted and marketed through the channels that we have in media and so on and so forth. But, you know, as a librarian, my job is to listen to what people are reading. And, you know, I'll have to try to do another counter episode to this sometime about like underground book clubs or, you know, the people's book clubs or things like that. But today I want to focus on celebrity book clubs, and I'll offer that as my little preface because, you know, as I started researching, you know, what celebrities have book clubs, and I'm going to go through them here in a bit. I really found, you know what, they're doing good work and they're promoting books. So who am I to judge? First, like, that's what we want, right? We want people to read, and they are helping people read. They're putting books in people's faces, and then making conversations happen. You know, definitely, and it's not controversial to say, you know, in our day and age, we need more just social. We need people acting civil online, actually exchanging ideas to some extent, trying to create some cross grains, create more understanding, pushing new narratives of either, you know, persecuted groups, minorities, people of color, women. We need different stories to be told, and so what a great way just to promote great books than hearing it from someone who has the clout and the reach, right? I don't want to come across as I'm necessarily endorsing any of these book clubs too. Some of them where you sign up and they're like a book of the month club. So I'm not into any of that. You can get the books at the library, put them on hold, you know, save your money. But at the same time, I would invite you, you know, get out there on the internet. You can do some of this research yourself to follow up and just kind of see. And that said, there's so many books titles coming that I haven't read hardly any of these. So let's get started. Obviously, the big one, the big O, is Oprah Winfrey. She started it all with the big celebrity book club. Someone let me know if there was one that predated that was as massive, culturally impactful as Oprah's. She started in 1996 with The Deep End of the Ocean by Jacqueline Machard. Can't say I've read that one. Let me know if you have. But, you know, she went all the way up to 2011 when the show ended, and then very shortly after in 2012 she did Oprah's Book Club 2.0 and just kept on going. And, you know, to this day, working in the library, people are still putting those books on hold. But we're talking, if you've read Wild by Cheryl Strayed, A Lesson Before Dying by Ernest J. Gaines, I Know This Much Is True by Wally Lamb, The Poisonwood Bible by Barbara Kingsolver, The Road by Cormac McCarthy. These are massive, massive books, you know, that we see so many copies come and go. We see donations. And it's unclear with Oprah's book club. It's like, what was going to be a bestseller, and then what did she turn into a mega seller, right? Because if you become part of Oprah's book club, that's just an amplification that it's worth more than money, right, for some of these writers. So, you know, props to Oprah for, I think at one point she chose Steinbeck and the Ernest J. Gaines. I know she's done other classics, so it's not always just like new books. There's also just like, hey, you know, trying to get people to recognize things that are canonical or non-canonical. That's not the question, but what's timely and relevant to our lives. And you know, I don't go negative on here, but it's not as though it's been perfect the whole time. Famously, Jonathan Franzen kind of poo-pooed his selection of the corrections in her book club, and then that, for those of you who remember that story, Jonathan Franzen being Jonathan Franzen, I guess, is all we could say. And then later, Oprah chose his other book, which I forget now the title, but so I guess there was no hard feelings. I don't know. He was never on the show. But then we had James Frey, A Million Little Pieces. You know, that book kind of became, we found out some things were not true, despite it being, you know, exceptionally well written, that the items were fraudulent in that. So it hasn't always been slam dunks with Oprah's book club. But hey, something with that massive scale and notoriety, how would you not have there be a few hiccups over the years, right? Kind of get into, you know, for a long time, I'm not aware of celebrities really that push book clubs, but with the web just becoming more and more accessible, and of course mobile in the 2010s with phones, well, 2000s, we'll say mid 2000s, a few celebrities, a couple actors here. Reese Witherspoon in 2015 started Hello Sunshine. You should check out, very much centering on women authors and women's stories. You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson, Everything Inside by Edwidge Danticat, The Alice Network by Kate Quinn, Braving the Wilderness by Brene Brown, You'll Think It, I'll Say It by Curtis Sittenfeld. These are just a handful of picks I kind of randomly wrote down, giving the idea of some of Witherspoon's selections, but apparently very popular. You know, let me know, have you looked at her stuff? Similarly, actor Emma Roberts started up Beltrist in 2017. Kind of, she had a fledgling project between her and some of her friends, and now massively influential. Dare I say, she is not just a really fun actor on some of those Ryan Murphy vehicles, but you know, she's an influencer on Instagram, right? She's influencing the culture, and she's chosen The Rules Do Not Apply, a memoir by Ariel Levy, South and West by Joan Didion, The Impossible Lives of Greta Wells by Andrew Sean Greer, Chelsea Girls by Eileen Miles, UCSD's Once Upon a Time, UCSD's Eileen Miles, and A Field Guide to Getting Lost by Rebecca Solnit. I have read that one. It is utterly gorgeous. Love Solnit. Some, you know, some of the titles, I don't know if I could say like, oh, I would join this book club in a heartbeat. All these are great. But man, some of them, great picks. So Emma Roberts, Beltrist. I'll have it listed in the description. Let's keep going. Another really great one I wanted to bring folks' attention to, Kaya Gerber. She's a model. She's on Instagram, but she started promoting, I don't know if this book needed any help, Where the Crawdads Sing, Spring Awakening, the play, This Is How It Always Is, Trick Mirror, Reflections on Self-Delusion, Bonjour Tristesse by Francoise Sagan, and Normal People by Sally Rooney. So some interesting picks there. Definitely very cool books for sure. But you know, you might give her a look, pushing other people to read, and I just think that's really cool. Celebrities not just kind of living in mansions and whatever. They're trying to promote literacy and get people to think about stuff. Sarah Jessica Parker is an honorable mention. She was the head chair of the American Library Association's Book Club Central. She had some great picks like Heartland, a memoir of working hard and being broke in the richest country on earth. She wrapped that up, I think, from what I could tell, a year or two ago. And I think we're still waiting on the American Library Association Book Club Central to find someone new. And then someone else who was doing something cool for a bit, but I don't think he's continued it this year. Of course, 2020 and COVID, an exceptional year. Jimmy Fallon had a summer book club, 2017 and 2018. I think he did in 2019, but he has not done it in 2020. So Jimmy Fallon, if you're watching this, get back to promoting the books, please. And then new ones, you know, it's not just, I feel like this has been a lot of white folks. The rapper No Name has really gotten a lot of attention for some of her picks. Check out No Name's book club. Prison by Any Other Name by Maya Schwenoir and Victoria Law. Disability Visibility, edited by Alice Wong. Capitalism and Disability, selected writing by Marta Russell. And The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. You know, just talk about whatever you think of the picks, or maybe you're going to read some of them, maybe not, but, you know, someone pushing conversations and really trying to be a positive force, right? And one of the latest ones, well, so the late Nipsey Hussle, he was a hip-hop artist who died recently, I think last year. He started the Marathon Book Club, promoting books for black men to read. 3 Magic Words by Ewell Stanley Anderson, Contagious, Why Things Catch On by Jonah Berger, The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clayson. Really trying to get the community of black men to join in conversations about reading and books, which is wholly commendable. So that was that's a group of Nipsey Hussle supporters forming the Marathon Book Club. Nipsey himself passed away. Another person in the black community, Steph Curry, has just launched his book club online. So do look up, I think it's through Literati. He's promoting for November 2020, in which case by the time this aired, that'll be old news. But look up his latest book, A Most Beautiful Thing, The True Story of America's First All-Black High School Rowing Team by R. Shea Cooper. So there's an athlete, not just like a movie or music person, an athlete pushing, hey, folks, America, keep reading, right? Now, athletes, so it's not just for adults, too. We've got football player for people, you know, I don't know, I don't follow football, but Andrew Luck, he pushes adult and children's reads. He calls it for beginner readers. So he's done such kids' books as Firebird, I Am Every Good Thing, Preaching to the Chickens. And some of his adult picks are really cool. Beloved by Toni Morrison, Gloryland by Shelton Johnson, The Overstory by Richard Powers, The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. Hey, Andrew Luck, awesome stuff. And then parents, got to tell you about Dolly Parton's, really got a cool project for kids I should let you know about. Look up Dolly Parton's, gosh, now I forget it, and I don't have it in my notes. I'll put it in the video here. Imagination and Dolly Parton. It's kind of her kids book club. Really cool stuff that she's doing. A few critiques. We should see more athletes and non-Hollywood types with book clubs. So celebrities watching this, take note. If you have clout online, you know, that we used to have Barbara Bush, right, who famously, the first lady, she pushed libraries. Now, you know, we need someone else to pick up the mantle and get people to read again and to see libraries and all the value that they have, right? And then for the guys, you know what, Steph Curry, Nipsey Hussle notwithstanding, we need to see the men step up and push these books and be telling people to read. So that's my 2 cents. That's just my opinion. I don't think that's too much to say. Thank you all for watching. Celebrity book clubs, yes, they are good. Do you follow any? Let me know what you think. I think they're worth your time. Don't spend any money on them, but put the books on hold at the library, and we'll see you when we open. All right, thank you all so much, and read more. Bye-bye.